Well, there's a first for everything. AMC was halted pre-market trading today and continued to be halted for the first 10 minutes of trading after the market opened. And this comes after not only did they just drop a catalyst, but they dropped another one previewing the second quarter 2024 results for their earnings prior to the webcast. Now we're going to jump into the numbers and then we're going to jump into what short sellers are doing in the charts, as well as talk about tech stocks and the overall market. So make sure to watch until the end of the video if you want to make some money, and be subscribed to the channel. We are less than 1,300 away from 30K. AMC Entertainment reports preliminary Q2 EPS of approximately 10 cents compared to an estimated 43 cents. Revenue is about 1.03 billion, surpassing the estimated 1.018 billion. Now, they have debt restructuring that is happening that we recently saw. We also saw a technical beat on earnings. Again, I don't know how exact these numbers are going to be before the actual webcast drops on AMC, but AMC does still have some underlying issues. Issues to the degree that it should be shorted more? Probably not, in my opinion. Now, we don't bring this up every video, but since it has finally risen, I want to bring the Ortex number back into the view, sitting at 16.19%. Now, we assume it is much greater than this, but we pay attention to this for the trend, and the trend is that shorts are shorting AMC more and continuing to throw rocks in the momentum. Now, where do we sit as far as potentially getting a squeeze to the moon or a break back above $13 or a gap fill up to $40? We're trading at $4.82, down 5% on the day. We called the recent drop to test this trend line. Then we called the pop right after. It happened in a very small window after that restructuring debt catalyst was dropped, and now we sold off even further, coming down to a low of about $4.64. Now, I believe personally this is the bottom unless nothing is going to happen with AMC and GameStop, and here's why. I have an arrow drawn out here for a reason. This temporary low back here that you saw on AMC, previous low right around $4.30, which is a level that I have been talking about. This is what we are tracking on AMC. You can see we are trading in the red cycle. We broke above this resistance level, came down to test this trend line. AMC doing the same thing, broke above this support level. Change this line color so you can see it a little bit better. I'll change it to yellow right here. Broke above this support level, and now we are selling off, testing this trend line right here. But mainly this low that you saw right here, this low right prior, it did not break below that. So we want to see it hold just above to actually continue the cycle pattern to continue to form, and it's just above it right now. We want to see AMC hold right there. If at any point AMC breaks under $4.30, which we do have a little bit of wiggle room, then things will get ugly, and I continue to stand by that. As far as GameStop goes, $24.50, down 3.88% on the day. Sideways trading, just like we have been talking about in this channel, bouncing right around Roaring Kitty's average. Here's what I see happening with GameStop. If, again, things aren't looking too great, I expect it to move back down to $23.50 over the next week or two, and then eventually make its way back up to 28 and cap out based on a very slow cycle. Okay, and that 28 is being generous based on a very, very slow cycle. Now, I think GameStop is stronger than this. I think it's undervalued. I think Roaring Kitty is still around, and I think there is going to be catalysts here, especially seeing that Q3 insider statistics show that 42,000 people purchased shares and basically only 1,000 people sold shares. You can see right here, 41,940 purchased shares and only 968 shares have been sold by insiders on GameStop for Q3. And you can see on balance volume is the highest it has ever been, meaning people have accumulated this stock greater than ever. We are trading in the top part of the Bollinger Bands on the weekly time frame. RSI is pretty overbought that we see right now, and I think GameStop just needs a little bit of cooling off to do before another rally. And if that means a couple weeks, then it means a couple weeks. Overall, I don't think we finished Roaring Kitty's emojis yet, and we're going to bring that up in a future video. Now, we're also seeing massive dark pool activity on the IWM, which is the small cap sector. We have been expecting small caps to move up, AMC and GameStop being some of those, as well as plenty of other short squeeze plays, and that is the type of environment that we are in right now. So keep an eye on IWM as well. Now, real quick, I want to touch on Bitcoin breaking back above 66,000. This is a beautiful thing to see that it held 65.5. This shows more strength than I expected on Bitcoin, and we will just continue to watch here. I think alts are going to move up this week as we speak, as Bitcoin is holding strength. Also, yesterday, Tesla had earnings. Tesla reveals none of their 640,866,000 Bitcoin was sold in Q2 of 2024. Also bullish for Bitcoin. And Ferrari to accept Bitcoin and Ethereum payments in Europe. And lastly, a major update from Russia. Russia Parliament passes bill that allows for Bitcoin and crypto to be used for international trade. Moving on to Tesla, down 11.44%. We grabbed puts towards the end of day, made out on those over 80%. Sold on market open, could have held a bit longer for sure. Sold when Tesla was down about 8 to 9%, and it was down a total of 12, 13, 14%. So we definitely could have held for a bit longer on Tesla, but money's money. One of my price targets has been hit, down to about 224.50, which we called out on Tesla, and it's selling off even lower. If Tesla doesn't hold right here, you're likely to see it come sub 213, and that's just something I'm watching on Tesla. Overall, a bottom on Tesla is 206. I don't see it coming below 206, but if that is the case, we really want to hold structural support above 194 on Tesla. Bottom line, if these levels all get crushed, then Tesla is looking bearish, at least towards the end of the year when the first rate hikes come in. As of right now, it's not worth trying to catch this thing, but I do still hold my Tesla shares, and I'm not planning on selling. I think it's a longer term hold. Tech stocks overall looking weak. Nvidia 118.01, down 3.75%. I would personally, right now as I'm watching it, want to short this, right? I'm seeing a potential break of structural support, and I think Nvidia is going to come right down to 111, especially with the environment it's in, right? Tech stocks are doing awful. The overall market's doing awful. I think Nvidia is not holding strong here. SPY continuing to free fall, broke below 1 support level, 2 support level, 3, 4, all of the channels that we have had drawn out, and this is the first time it has broken below every single part of the channel, and the SPY is now in a downtrend. I will say the SPY is now in a downtrend. It has surpassed a 2.5% correction and is continuing to free fall. Breaking under 545 is going to bring us to 543, and essentially I see the SPY getting a bottom out around 6%, which is between 538 and 531.50. So I'm going to watch this zone right here for the SPY to overall bounce. However, I will be continuing to watch for strength, especially seeing Bitcoin is holding up strong. SPY has also formed a head and shoulders pattern that you can see right here, and this is just finishing the second shoulder, meaning a break under 543 is likely as long as volume is rising. When we reach that level, I see a break right under that. SPY overall getting a free fall around 531, 532. Couple sprinkles on top. US stock volume has traded over 20% dark pool for the last 420 days, which is insane. And the US Senate considers voting to ban Congress from trading stocks before November election. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Make sure to come subscribe to the channel and tell your friends about this channel and today's video. And if you want to know my trades as soon as I take them, and come talk with me on the daily, basically a big group chat with the most amazing people trying to become financially free like yourselves. It is 1 coffee a month. The education, the level up that you get out of it on your life is amazing. Get in the Discord. It's a 3rd link under the video. Stop sleeping on it. If you're not in any Discords, get in this one, because I'm not overcharging you. Also, the 2nd link under the video is for Moomoo. It is a free broker in which if you open an account through my link and deposit into your account, you're going to start earning up to 20 free stocks, as well as 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash when you're not trading. They're also giving you level 2 order book data for free and access to trading options and shorting stock as a retail trader, which you can't do on plenty of other platforms. Finally, if you're having trouble charting, I have a personal custom indicator that has been worked on and adjusted, and it is the top link. Go add it to your TradingView charts. It is pattern detection and forecasting. Go fiddle with it. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.